الله أكبر الله أكبر. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ramadan Kareem and Ramadan Mubarak for all of us. So inshallah today we shall cover the story of the sons of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And this is covered, if you want to open your Mus'haf and follow up with us, this is covered in Surah Al-Ma'idah from ayah 27 to ayah 30. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala explains, and recite to them the story of Adam's two sons. In truth, when they both offered a sacrifice to Allah, and it was accepted from one of them, but was not accepted from the other. And he said, the latter one, I will surely kill you. So the former, the first son, said, indeed, Allah only accepts from the righteous ones, from those who fear Him. And if you should raise your hand against me to kill me, I shall not raise my hand against you to kill you. Indeed, I fear Allah, Lord of the worlds. Indeed, I want you to obtain my sin and your sin if you kill me, so you will be among the companions of the fire. And that is the recompense for the wrongdoers. And the soul of that brother committed him to murder his brother. And so he killed him and became among the losers. And this is a very, very interesting story. Not only was this the first murder in the history of humanity, the first time that the blood of a human being was shed on planet Earth. Not only was it like that, it was also between two brothers. And it was a hate crime for all that. This is the story of the two sons of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam. And here's our father Adam alayhi salam. And you have to understand that our father Adam alayhi salam, when he came to earth, he did not have any children. And so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted him children in pairs. He granted him Qabil with his sister and then Habil with his sister. And there's a difference between the ulama over who was the older and who was the younger. But in the end of the day, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded Sayyidina Adam that Qabil shall marry from Habil's sister, and that Habil shall marry Qabil's sister. And Qabil was pretty unhappy about this. And so to resolve the disagreement, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded them to make a sacrifice for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Imam Ibn Kathir explains how one of those brothers, Habil, he was a shepherd. So he brought the best of his herd. He brought it because he wanted to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Qabil was a farmer. So he brings the worst, least grains in his stock. He brings the worst of his stock and to make a sacrifice to Allah. And so naturally enough, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accepted the sacrifice of Habil. And He rejected the sacrifice of Qabil. And so therein lies the first lesson that we can learn today. Many times, so Qabil, what he does is, he looks at his brother, and instead of trying to see why his qurban, his sacrifice to Allah was not accepted, he looks at his brother, he says, you are the reason my sacrifice was not accepted. If you were not here, my sacrifice would have been accepted. I shall kill you to get rid of you, and to be done with you, so that I will get closer to Allah. And you have to wonder, what was going on in this man's mind? What was going on in this man's mind to literally plan to kill his own brother to get closer to Allah? How did that even process in his mind? And you have to understand that the shaitan was lurking in every corner for the sons of Sayyidina Adam alayhi salam, trying to take them away and trying to divert them from the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And when you look at this is the first crime in the history of humanity. But what was the reaction of Habil towards this? He did not start pointing fingers. He did not start attacking his brothers. Instead, his reaction was very interesting. He said that I shall not be engaged in this blood feud. I shall not be engaged in this bloodshed. Remember, the shaitan is not going to rest until one of us has killed the other. And I'm not going to be the one to shed the blood. I'm going to make everything in my hands to prevent blood feud today. But if you come at me and if you seek me out and kill me, I shall not be the one to partake in this blood feud. You will do it on your own. And you will bear the ithm and the sin for both of us. This is very interesting because many times we misunderstand this as a pacifist action on the part of Sayyidina Habil. But this is not a pacifist action from Habil. Indeed, he was being proactive. He was trying to protect himself, and he was trying to protect his brother from bloodshed. There was going to be bloodshed, and he was going to do all he can to prevent it. But on the other hand, if there has to be bloodshed, I'm not going to take my hands to participate in it. I'm not going to be part of this blood feud. I'm not going to kill my brother, and I'm not going to hurt my brother. And subhanAllah, you have to look at the character, the amazing character of this man. And what his children, what his wife, what his father must have thought of him. That he chose to give up his life rather than to precipitate the hatred and the blood feud between his family. This is very important because during the month of Ramadan, this is the month of forgiveness. How many of us have families that we remember about them? How many of us have this one person in our family that we're angry at, that we're agitated by, be it our uncle or our father or our friend or our mother-in-law or our father-in-law? And ask yourself, is it worth it? Have they done to you what Qabil has done to his brother? Can you take a chance and actually make an intention towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you're going to forgive this person and you're not going to break the bonds of relationship between you and this person? And remember, in the end of the day, you're not doing this for themselves alone. You're doing this for yourself too. You're not doing this for them. You're doing this for yourself. You want your Ramadan to be clear. You want your Ramadan to be pure. You want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept your Ramadan, to accept your fasting. And this is a chance, it's a golden opportunity. It's a golden reminder for you to take today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our Ramadan and help us rebuild our relationships with our families and our friends and our brothers and our sisters. Allahumma ameen. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala expand our relationships with the rest of the Muslim world. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our siyam and qiyam. Allahumma ameen. Jazakumullah khairan. And jazakumullah khairan for listening. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.